Hello Internet, so nice to see you. This is a video of our series Band Problems, where we use music theory to solve the problems you may have in your band. And this is something that happens all the time. Let's say you are the songwriter for the band and you don't play all the instruments in the bands. Or sometimes you even want to add more instruments because the specific song you have totally needs a bitching oboe solo or a clarinet part or a euphonium bass line or something like that. So, you don't play those instruments. How do you write music for instruments you don't play? This could be actually very simple because it could be very common because, for instance, you may be a guitar player or a keyboard player or another play an instrument in general, but you may not be able to sing. How do you write music for a singer if you cannot sing yourself? And what if you can sing but the singer has a different extension or different abilities? So how do you write music for instruments you don't play yourself? That's super important because just imagine if somebody was writing music for you, a guitar player, and they are not a guitar player. Just imagine what kind of mess they can make, okay? You don't want to make the same kind of mess when you write music for other instruments. So, what are you gonna do? Well, a student asked me exactly that. How do we write music for instruments we don't play or for singers if we don't sing ourselves? And this is the answer I gave him.
I can write chord progressions, I can write melodies, I can write lyrics, but combining them is hard for me. Not on a music theory aspect, but from the expressive aspect.
Why? What's happening?
Yeah, the thing is, for example, if I write a melody with my guitar, which I want to use with lyrics over a chord, the first thing my mind does is play an arpeggio, change the order, add some neighbor or passing tones, and that usually works if I write guitar melodies. But I'm not a natural singer, and that is sometimes too complex for the melody for the lyrics I write. And
okay,
yeah, that's the hookup there. There's the problem.
Well, so it is a problem of theory, how to fit those lyrics into the melody.
Yeah,
in a sense, at least.
I think I overcomplicate the melody. I have to make it simpler, but
okay, let the singer overcomplicate the melody. They're great at that. Okay. And write a simple melody. There's something to be said for synthesis in music. Okay, like being synthetic. Just put down the main notes, and if you really have to put some embellishment, just a few of them. Don't lovingly carve out every note with all the extra melodies if it's for a singer. Let them do that. For a number of reasons. First of all, you're not a natural singer, like you say. I mean, I don't know if natural singers exist, but you don't sing, okay? So you have no idea right now what a singer can or cannot do reliably with their voice. Also because it's different from singer to singer, by the way. Second, singers have to have fun too. Okay, so you write the melody, you write the lyrics, and then if you write also the embellishment, what is the singer to do? Just put some air into a pipe? No, okay, so you won't give them some creative expression. Indeed, it could also be a good idea. Why are you writing the melody? Give them the lyrics and give them the backing track. Let them figure it out. And then maybe you come back and see what they were doing and then modify the melody and make it better. That's a possible solution. And some people start with the lyrics, some people start with the music. Okay, and it's very personal because Elton John always have Bernie Taupin write the lyrics first and then he writes the music. And you can see that, you can hear that in the music, that he has to adapt the music to make the lyrics fit. Okay, other people start with the music and they just sing something on top and then they write the lyrics, or they just improvise the lyrics. The band REM, okay. Michael Stipe improvises practically all the lyrics, and then he forgets them, and then he never writes them down. And the first 3 albums, we have no idea what he's saying. He has no idea what he's saying, and apparently the lyrics are lost at this point. But anyway, it's an exaggeration. But either way, you can have the melody and then fit the lyrics to the melody. Works. You can have the lyrics and fit the melody to the lyrics. That works. Okay. Try both processes and see what works best for you. Okay. But again, Simple, simple, simple. When you're composing a song, when you're writing a song, you want to put down the music with the least possible specification that you can do. So sure, specify the instrument, specify the tempo, what notes they have to play, but don't try to specify every single nuance, not right now. Get it down as simple as possible. Okay? And talk with your players, if it's they're real people, okay? And see what they want to do with that, because they typically know their instrument better than you know their instrument, and they can do something you didn't think about. If you ever seen a jazz chart, for instance, they have the melody written, the chords, and then they're done. Okay, everything else is up to you. So the band can do whatever you want, whatever they want, and it's fun because then you get to be part of the arrangement of the song. You can change the chord, do the substitution, etc. Decide if you want it faster tempos, lower tempo, bulking bass, or other stuff, etc. So you have lots of freedom, and it gives a satisfaction to the band to do things like that. If you write for an orchestra, they want a bit more specification, quite a bit more specification, but they're totally happy to tell you what they want too. Okay, so at this point you can start putting some indication, like there's an accent on this note, all this kind of thing. The problem we have is that many of us are not writing for a jazz band, they're not writing for a rock band, they're not writing for an orchestra, we are writing for a computer, right? They have the samples. Samples are a great invention, but the samples are not players, and then you have to go in and specify every single nuance, and it takes forever, okay? That's annoying. And it's also damaging because you get into the habit of over-specify every single thing. Okay, I want it to have a dynamic of 78 over 128 MIDI level, okay, at this point, and yeah, it should be 77. Violin player is like, no. I'll just play what I feel like, okay? Notation is just notation, not complete specification. And while some composers in the past really wanted to have complete specification, we found out once we got it, it's really not as good as a deal, okay? And letting the instruments do something, put their own, actually works best. Okay, then you have to find an equilibrium here. That's the idea. I mean, imagine you have to play all this. Would you enjoy playing something where every single phrasing nuance is already written down? No. You would rather have a general a skeleton melody and maybe some indication, put a fast scale here, like put a vibrato here, put something here, put an accent here, and then you figure out the phrasing, the slides, the vibrato, the exact shape of the scale, and all this kind of thing to fit what you like and your abilities. So think about it this way. It's a partial specification of music that adapts to an instrumental player. Same goes for the singer. Okay? You think this way, life is going to be much easier. And then if later you really want the super specification, you're like, no, I'm going to be a music control freak, okay? You can do that if you find the right musicians, or you can program a computer to do exactly the thing you want, but first, get the song together, okay?
Yeah, great, thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you, René.